Hello and welcome back, everyone. Misty Magdalena Grace here for a general reading of the runes for the week of March 9th. This is a ritual-free reading since we're in between the full moon in Virgo last week and the new moon in Pisces next week. So I don't know about you, but last week was very, 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 very intense and very, very illuminating. I made some major life-changing decisions with the illumination of what the Virgo showed me. I'd be curious, comment below. I'd love to hear, how was this full moon for you? How has this eclipse season been for you? It's still evolving for me, too much personal stuff that I can't share publicly, but let's just say you'll probably see a very, 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 very different version of me in the next 6 months. So I pray that you are well. I pray that you are staying grounded. Part of this Virgo full moon is to remind you to ground, ground, ground. Before I get into the reading, just some quick announcements and gentle reminders. You know, ultimately, the world is changing, and we are all merging into a new timeline. Whether you even understand what I'm talking about, you probably are seeing changes in your life, relationships, health, finance. Obviously, what the heck is happening on the planet right now with war and just increasing fuckery, as I call it, with our government here in the US, and people from all over the world are experiencing their own shifts internally, as within, so without, as above, so below. So we're merging with our multidimensional selves. There's more and more conversations about aliens. There's more and more conversations about things that are, not making sense to the logical mind, but to the body and to the heart, things just make sense because, again, we're shifting timelines. We're birthing a new earth. So it's really, 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 really important to take 1 hour at a time, ground, do your purification practices. That's what Virgo was all about, purification, cleansing and clearing that which no longer serves you, but also finding ways to ground, to nourish. Virgo is also about gut health. Maybe you did a detox or a cleanse last week. I sat with Combo about 10 days ago myself, had clients here this past week. I have clients again this week. It's a great time to listen to your gut, to heal your gut. It's also a great time to meditate, to pray, to dance, to sing, whatever creative outlets. Journaling is so key. I'm getting back into blogging and writing. And then, of course, I have community events coming up. I have 2 women's circles, one Friday the 13th, this Friday, here in my Fallbrook private residence. And then also Sunday at the Gemini Moon Ranch in Temecula, I'm offering up an amazing, amazing opportunity for women to gather for Kundalini, cacao, and sound healing. Really powerful time to gather in circle. And while I'm thinking about it, at the end of the month, I'm going to be offering up a witch wound yoni steam. Really have a great guest speaker who herself is a witch. And so I'm just really, really excited to be able to serve and support that up. And if you have any questions, you can always go to magdalenagrace.com or email me at info@magdalenagrace.com. And one last thing, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you want to be aware of new events, new opportunities, new ways to learn. I'm getting so many more psychic messages and everything channeled to me and through me. And then, of course, come back next week when I'll have the new moon reading and ritual. So today, again, is simply a reading. It's a general reading, and I'm going to cleanse and clear my space, light a candle. If you get into incense, feel free to grab your incense, grab your sage. Today, I'm bringing in the big guns. I'm bringing in the sage, which usually is even deeper, darker stuff that you're cleansing. And because I can't get into my personal stuff at this time, let's just say I needed this today. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to what's loudest in your life right now. What's coming up is coming up for you, by you, and your ancestors, your guides, your spirit team to help you grow and evolve. So first, before I do the reading, we're going to take a couple cleansing breaths. Once you've, cleansed your space, you lit a candle, you're getting into sacred space. We want to ground into the parasympathetic central nervous system. If I didn't know how to do this, and if I didn't do this every day myself, guys, I don't know if I'd be alive right now. Let's just put it that way. There's so much energy with this year of the horse. It's being forced out of you, sudden changes, sudden eclipses, sudden everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and close our eyes, put your feet firmly planted on the floor. And let's do 2 cleansing inhales on my command. We're going to inhale through the nose, hold it, and then sigh it out through the mouth. So go ahead and inhale deeply. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top, suspend the breath in the mind. Sip in a little more through the mouth like a straw. And then sigh it out. Let's do that one more time. Go ahead. Inhale deeply, count at your own pace, count to 5. Hold at the top. Sip in a little more if you can. And then let it go. Connecting with that heart space now. Going back to normal, ideally deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And take a few moments to just contemplate, where in your life do you need or want clarity? As I get the cards ready for you, where in your life do you need or want clarity? Still in a Mercury retrograde, this is a time for slowness, reflection, and the runes can help you. So I'm going to pull 3 runes, and this is for the week ahead. I'll pull 3, then I'll show you each card individually and see what comes up for you. First, it's more important what comes through for you. And then I am going to, same as last week, I'm going to pull a bonus card from the Odin and 9 Realms Oracle deck from Sonia Grace, who channels the Norse gods and goddesses. See who wants to come through. All right, beautiful. All right, so I'll read that later as well. So we're just go ahead and quiet the mind, grab a journal if you have it, and take a look at this and see what comes through for you, thought, feeling, memory, or emotion. So this is interesting. We pulled this last week as well, and this is Tiwaz, the god Tyr, the god of justice. The reason Tuesday is because of Tyr's Day. And this is all about justice. This is all about safety. This is all about doing right by you, whether it's speaking your truth to someone, whether it's, even just simply saying, you know what, I need to set a budget and stick to it. Accountability. It's oftentimes really going for your own personal sovereignty and victory in life, and stop that people pleasing, going along to getting along bullshit, which is what I have done so well in my life. It's what the eclipse reminded me of. You don't owe anyone anything, including your family of origin, include a partner, business partner, ex. What are you doing that's that you need to do for your own personal justice and strength? So think of this also kind of like spiritual strength, which then leads to mental strength, emotional strength, physical strength. So really deepening into that meditation and getting clear is, what do I need to do for me? And then not just thinking about it, having a plan and ultimately going for it. Number 2 card. Go ahead and take a deep inhale and look at it first before I describe. And this is interesting. So this is the Manas card, the Manas rune. Again, these are ancient symbols. If you're new to the runes, I'm going to make a runes video so I can not have to go through that every time. but this is meant to stir something in. It's divination. So by looking at it, you get your own thoughts and downloads. That's more important than what I say and what I channel. But this, along with this first card, is all about your personal responsibility. Mana is about personal development, developing you as within, so without. So whatever is reflecting back to you right now, health, wealth, relationships, finance, career, living situation, whatever is like being stirred up and just literally shaken up by this eclipse and the year of the fire horse, how can you take radical responsibility for developing yourself? And again, not comparing yourself to others. Sure, someone may have a bigger boat or a bigger house, or you think they have a better life, when in reality, what you see on Facebook is fake book, a lot of times fake news. A lot of us are hiding behind masks. Manaz can also be, think of it like the M there with that X in the middle. It's like a lot of people are wearing masks and people are tired of that. It's time to be real, to be raw, to be vulnerable. That's personal development for me right now. I made some really, really big vulnerable asks this past week. And also for March, take off the masks this month. We have Venus is going into Aries tomorrow night, or the 11th, Wednesday. So this is about vulnerability, about honoring yourself and take off the masks and be real and raw and vulnerable. And whether it's with your partner, maybe with a business partner, whether it's with yourself, looking in the mirror and saying, okay, enough already. It goes beautifully with Tiwaz. Tiwaz is, what justice do I need in my life? Manaz is saying, okay, how am I? Me. It's kind of like the let them theory book, let them, but then let me, speak your truth, Tiwaz, get the spiritual strength to do it. But then at the end of the day, let me do what I need to do to develop myself to get out of the situation that I'm in right now, partially still connecting that to the eclipse season. And here we go. This is reverse. So take a look at this. This is, well, I won't tell you. First, take a look at it and see what comes through. And this is interesting. I consider this, when it's reversed, and I don't pull very many reverse runes. So this is powerful. This is kind of humbling to think about, especially since we're coming in on a Friday 13th, which is the goddess day. There's a lot of energy. The veil is thinner on Friday the 13th, has nothing to do with Jason or Freddy Krueger and any of that horror stuff per se. This Thurza is being reversed. This is Thor's hammer normally when it's upright. So when it's down, you got to be careful not to be aggressively forceful or try to push through things that may cause yourself or others pain and suffering. So this goes beautifully with these first two. These first two are about taking radical responsibility for yourself, strengthening your spiritual muscle, strengthening your mental muscle, strengthening your emotional muscle. Slow down before you speak. Really, really, really slow down before you speak and get clarity. Clarity on what is for your highest and greatest good. And be vulnerable. However, it is not a forced vulnerability. I just had a massive trigger this morning myself. And it won't lie, it created a lot of conflict and some fear, but some frustration and just the whole gamut of emotions. I felt dizzy. I almost felt like I was going to pass out. It was so brutally confronting. And the old me would have probably downward spiraled. And yes, I did cry. Yes, I did get some stuff out. And yes, I could have blown my head off and gotten really forceful and angry. However, I kept my wits about me. So this is a warning to keep your wits about you, especially if you have some confronting conversations this week. We're still in Mercury retrograde though. So I think that's why I also pulled this one in reverse, is think 5 times instead of once before speaking. Think 5 times instead of once before sharing something. I have some very, very vulnerable shares right now, and I'm being very, very, very careful about how I am sharing those things with people. So I'm going to show the 3 runes one final time. Take one final look at them. Another message that I'm getting is this week to really be kind to yourself. Slow down, still, again, reiterate in that grounding that I was talking about at the beginning. And then our bonus clarifying card is the goddess Frigg of Norse paganism. This is interesting. I just had a conversation with a witchy friend yesterday about the goddess Frigg, so I'm intrigued what this might mean for all of us. So Frigg is the destiny card, destiny. So listen and see what lands for you. She's the wife of Odin and mother of Balder. Frigg is a vulva, a powerful shaman. She can alter the course of destiny by reweaving the energy in her magical web. I'm going to say that again. She can alter the course of destiny by reweaving the energy in her magical web. Frigg is a shapeshifter who also understands how to weave energy. She asks, how are you feeling and how is that energy being projected into the world? Do you feel exalted, feared, longed for, placated, celebrated, or scorned? I'm going to read that again. Do you feel exalted, feared, longed for, placated, celebrated, or scorned? So it goes perfectly with this reading. Your energy, words, thoughts, and actions are creating a ripple effect right now, especially with all these planets going into Aries. We're getting a reset button, right? Saturn, Neptune, now Venus, as of tomorrow night and early Wednesday. So just remember your destiny is being rewritten right now with all that's happening on the planet. So reweave your destiny, eclipse season, hello, and ask Frigg to be your guide. So how are you reweaving your destiny? This is a big week. I know I say that every week, but okay, every week is a big week right now, to be quite honest. It's just a time of major shifts and rebirthing. When we get to, I forget the date now, but the spring equinox is next week. Around that time, the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, even more planets are into Aries, and the set point is 0 degrees of Aries. That's the real beginning of the new year. This is also a new life, new earth, new planet, new everything. Things are happening faster now because of the year of the fire horse. So this is a month to be really as steady and stable. And this week is going to be a test for that, for your personal spiritual growth and development. Comment below. I'd love to hear what you liked best about this reading. Go back and listen to it again. Pause if you need to and journal, and you could draw out the runes. You could tone the runes. You could, I wouldn't, no offense to any of you who do this, but I wouldn't chat GPT. A lot of us are still looking outside of ourselves for answers, and these runes are meant to help us go inside. That is the most important place to be right now, quieting your mind and going inside. If you have any questions, email me, comment below, info@magdalenarace.com. I'll be back next week with the new moon runes reading, and take care of yourself this week, please. Make sure that you get hydrated and all of the things. We're almost heading out of Aquarius and into we are in the Pisces season right now, but heading Pisces into Aries. It's just a really big shifting time over the next 10 to 20 days. So be gentle with yourself. I would undercommit versus overcommit. See what you can take off your plate right now. Be careful who you hang out with. Smudge every day. Do all of your witchy rituals. And if you saw value in this today, please share it with someone you know, like, and trust, who's looking for some deeper inner work. Until next time, here's to your best health, your best wealth, by trusting your best wisdom within. Bye-bye for now.
Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Hire Magdalena for a runes reading or healing session by emailing support@microdosingforhealth.com.